We will thrive.
Natali, Janine already mentioned you are the founder of Mind Movies, and you're also a best-selling author. You are the host of the podcast Not Over, Just Different. You are the co-host of the TV show Wake Up. I love the title. And you also are the co-founder of Mind Movies, and Mind Movies is a very, very successful online personal development company. And you have reached with Mind Movie more than 5.8 million people all over the world with personal development. And before you start your speech, Natali, I have one question. And the question is, how did you get the idea for Mind Movie? What was your vision behind Mind Movie? Maybe you can talk about, can tell us a little bit about this.
Yeah, absolutely. So I can't say that it was my idea. I would love to claim that. But back in 2006, after I'd seen the movie The Secret, it was talking all about the law of attraction and how important it is that we, are able to visualize and actually see ourselves, in this future that we want to create. When I had done that, a friend of mine actually came to me and showed me a video that he had created. Now, he used to do vision boards, where you cut out photos of, houses or cars and stick them up on the board and put them up on your wall, so that every time you look at this vision board, it made it easier for you to visualize yourself already in that house or in that car. Well, he had created a movie that was like affirmations on PowerPoint slides with photos in between that matched the affirmations, and then music. And when I saw his movie for the first time, I still get goosebumps when I think about it. And I realized how powerful it was to be able to use a little movie like this that he created with all of his own dreams and his old aspirations, to be able to make it easier for you not to just be able to see yourself in the future, but to feel
a good change
to already be there. When we're feeling the emotions of already living this beautiful, amazing life, our emotions are the frequency that we send out into the universe. So if our frequency is at that level, then whatever is a vibrational match to that frequency, which is all the things that we need to be able to make sure that we can make this thing a reality, then gets attracted to us. So it's not just the action that we're taking, but we're leveraging the universe as well to be able to, bring forth all of the things that we need.
I totally agree with the idea of the law of attraction, and Natali, but I'm wondering, there are so many online companies and also personal development online companies, but you are very, very successful. What do you think? What is the secret of your success, or what do you do different than the others? Do you have an idea?
I got a few ideas. Well, so because, most people that are in the personal development space, most of the teachers who, like myself, speak on stage, have written books, have done all these different, real world type of activities, but we're a little bit late to get onto the internet. It's kind of like they're catching up. But for us, because our program was digital from the very beginning, that was one of the things that was very important for us to learn from the very start. So yes, we understood the law of attraction, and yes, we could teach all of those principles. That part was easy, but it's like, but how do we get our message out online? And so after we'd, set up our original website, and, we put a little video on YouTube, which is where we were getting all of our traffic and all of our sales. Within a few months, we had that many emails coming in from people saying, this is changing my life. And then we realized, oh, hold on a minute. This is something really important that we need to put our focus on. So how do we do this internet thing? How do we work this out? And even though my husband at the time, Glenn, and I had like 20 different businesses, we were serial entrepreneurs, and we had, run so many different types of businesses, but never online. So then we realized you could actually buy programs on the internet that taught you how to market on the internet. So we ended up buying a program which we implemented straight away. We then came over to the US from Australia in April of 2008, where we went to an internet marketing seminar. We were accepted into an internet marketing mastermind. And so we worked really hard for 6 months to launch My Movies to the world. Now, what we didn't realize and what no one could plan for, like the situation that we're in right now, September 2008 was when the economic crisis, actually the worst economic crisis that we'd experienced until now, we actually had our launch during that time. And so even though the world was going crazy and financially everything was crumbling, we ended up doing like a $700,000 launch, selling a $97 program in September of 2008, which kind of proves that regardless of what's going on around you, when you are focused on what it is that you want, and you are wanting to manifest a specific result, you can do it despite what's happening around you.
I moved everything around. I just want to show you the cool part.
Would you agree that that this has a lot to do with able to see chances, to focus on the right thing, and to power through even if the circumstances are bad?
Right now.
I think a lot of it is understanding that when we were given an idea like Mind Movies, now we could have looked at that idea and went, yeah, this looks great, but we don't know anything about the internet. We don't know how to work on the internet, so we're going to pass. But the thing is, we trusted our intuition. So as soon as I saw that first movie, I felt something inside. And when we started getting those emails, I said to the guys, no, it actually lit something inside of me. And I'm like, this is something that we really need to pursue. We didn't have the skills. We didn't have the money. It was a crazy, crazy idea, especially for us. Like Glenn could hardly turn on a computer back then, but we were so committed to this idea because our intuition was screaming at us that this is something that we can pursue. So sometimes when, God or the universe gives you an idea or gives you something to work with, you're the ones that are meant to have it. You're the ones that are meant to be able to, bring it into reality and make it true. I mean, you think about it, it's quite a simple idea, and yet no one else has a product or a program out there that's even similar to this simple idea. Because when we got the idea, we took it with both hands and ran full ball into our future to make sure that it would happen. And it was a challenging time. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. And by the time we got to the launch, we'd actually accumulated $120,000 on credit cards just to make it happen. And then we found out that there was an economic crisis happening. We're like, but we were so focused on where it was that we needed to go. We knew the amount of money that we were going to make. We knew the amount of customers we were going to attract. We knew, what the business was going to look like. We actually had all this in our mind, and we would focus on it every single day and feel what it was like to already be on the other side of that launch. And now, like you said, nearly 6 million people around the world. We're about to start working with children. We're just being able to really help people through a crisis like we're facing right now. And so we've really set ourselves up in the way that we already saw in our minds. We knew that this was where we were going to go. And so we stayed the course and kept our focus on that.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. And you're talking about 6 steps to manifestation. What do you mean with this? Can you give us an idea what are these 6 steps and how can these steps help us maybe in times like this to become successful and to thrive?
Yes. So to create anything, we want to use the law of attraction. And I've been able to break it down into 6 simple steps that anyone can use. And when you do these every time, you will be able to get an amazing result. So the first step is that before you even set a goal or decide where you want to go, you need to be in what I call your happy place. Now, our emotions all have frequency, and we can measure the frequency of each of our emotions. So we want to be in a high frequency. So if we're feeling happy, or grateful or enjoy, then when we're thinking about the goal that we want to create, we're not just thinking ourselves out of our current situation, we're actually thinking big. We're thinking about what can I possibly be able to create that's going to be amazing. Okay, so get into a place of gratitude. Make sure that you're doing something that makes you feel good and feel happy, and then think about where it is that you want to go and what your goal is. So step number 2 is to set your intention. So this is where you draw a line in the sand and go, right, no matter what, I am building a business. I am losing 20 pounds. I am in a loving relationship, or whatever that is. And so you want to, make that intention, write it out. And I normally go, look, my intention statement says, no matter what, I have or I am. And then I stick that up on my mirror. And then every day for a week, I look at myself in the eyes, in the mirror, and I'm reciting my intention statement with so much conviction and so much resolve that I know that no matter what, there's no shadow of a doubt that this is going to happen. Now, as I'm talking about these steps that we're going through, you already notice a theme, and that is our emotions. We want to make sure that everything is infused with the right emotion, which is the right frequency, which makes us the vibrational match to what we need to make it happen. Okay, so step number 3 is to get clear about what you want. So this is where you would create a vision board, or create a mind movie, or write out a list of affirmations that are describing what it is that you want. So you want to describe what you want. You want to describe what life looks like when you get there, because this is going to be the fuel for your visualizations. You want to write down why you want to create this. You want to write down any actions that you need to start or implement into your daily practice that's going to help you to create this. And you also want to focus on your thoughts. So if you've had a lot of thoughts that are kind of sabotaging your success and telling you why you can't, create the real life that you want, then think about, well, what is the opposite of that? How does a wealthy person think? How does a healthy person think? And then write those down as well, so you can start to replace these old thoughts with new ones that are going to be more empowering. So once you've got clear about what you want, which is step number 3, the next step is visualization. We need to see ourselves already in this future as if it's happening now. Now, when you're visualizing, what I recommend is that rather than, when we're thinking about wealth, so there's a whole bunch of different things we can think about. I want you to choose one scene. And rather than seeing yourself as a character in a movie, actually put yourself in that scene as if you are already there and feeling the emotions of what it's already like. The more often you do that, you're going to trick your subconscious mind into thinking that this is your reality now, and it will automatically start to change your thoughts to be in alignment with this amazing new future. So next step, number 5 is to take action. So of course, the most vivid visualizations do you no good if you're sitting at home on the couch. You actually need to be taking action, and just take one step at a time. What's my next step? What's my next step? And just take one step, and then you're creating the momentum and you're moving forward towards that goal. And then, of course, the last one, which is, probably the hardest one of all to practice, is what I call surrender. And when we surrender, we can set our intention, we're very clear, we're visualizing, but then we have to release it. We have to know that it's going to show up, maybe not the way that we think, or maybe not in the timing that we want, and it might not look exactly about the way that we think it's going to, but we have to trust and surrender into knowing that everything is happening for our highest good. Everything is happening for us, and everything is happening in divine timing, even the COVID-19 situation that we're in right now.
I love the thought. Everything is happening for us. Natali, thank you so much for these powerful thoughts and for this great impact. And I'm happy to see you again. And maybe we see us live next time in Marina del Rey when the lockdown has finished. And I wish you all the best from Hollywood to Marina del Rey. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.